Oh, yeah, it's your boy Livewire, and I'm back in the motherfucking building, baby. Oh, man, it's been a long week. I'm tired as a motherfucker. I swear, I can't wait till this shit to be over and then get back to my real shit. But anyway, what is up? What's going on, Mike Smith? I see you up in the chat already. Damn, you up in here before I am. That's what's up. But yeah, man, today I just wanted to talk about a few things. But first, I'm going to start with Xbox One X. We have the power. Digital Foundry's already done a couple of confirmations on games, older games like Quantum Break. Start with hold up. Xbox One X. My fault. Games like Quantum Break, a game that even PC gamers are struggling to still pump out. But you know, they said now they didn't say it was 1080. I mean, 4K. They said they were unsure if it was 4K. They believe it's probably somewhere in between 1440p and 1080p on ultra settings or some shit like that. But they have to go back to their lab to confirm it. But what they did say is the game looks way better than what it did on the original Xbox and the PC for that matter, because the PC also had its limitations. But yeah, man, you got Quantum Break, they said looked amazing. You got Titanfall, they said looked amazing. You have what the fuck else did they say? Obviously Super Lucky Tales, but they already seen that game. Gears of War, they said it was great. Did they say Forza? I think they said Forza, but Forza was a game they already saw as well. It was a couple of other games, Path of Exiles and some other shit. You can check it out on their site for Digital Foundry. But yo, it's not like it's like amazing. It's just like, it's great that people are. We already knew this shit was coming. Microsoft said it was coming. Digital Foundries reported on what was the possibility of it. Now they're getting more confirmation from it. I think that a lot of people that were waiting on that side-by-side comparisons are not going to get it in the form that they thought. I think that they felt that Microsoft was kind of going to display it at Gamescom and just throw it on stage. But I don't think that's going to be what's really going to happen. I think what they've done is they've kind of let, what they said, Digital Foundry, was that they had like this black curtain room, and they basically let these people come in and do their captures and look at these games. And, from there, I think that they're going to start releasing footage of those games in the future. Just not right now. I think it's going to be like a slow leak all the way up until the release of the Xbox One X, doing all these side-by-side comparisons. I'm pretty sure every game that's pretty much confirmed to be enhanced, I'm pretty sure you're going to see that those games are going to get some kind of comparisons of some sort, and that's just dope, man. I can't wait. That Rise of the Tomb Raider, though, what? That shit was looking nice. In some aspects, it was looking better to me than the PC version. Some of that shit was looking crisper. I mean, granted, maybe the PC can always go. They can get patch that bitch and make it look better if possible. But what they were showing on the X was looking nice as hell. I was impressed. The PS4 Pro version, it is what it is. It looked like we thought it would, like dog shit next to it. But it's not the worst dog shit I've ever seen. It's just dog shit. And I kind of brought up the the idea that, man, look at all this power that Xbox has in the box. Man, think what could have Naughty Dog done with all this power? Because as of right now, the Rise of the Tomb Raider to me is looking better than Uncharted 4 or Uncharted Legacy. I mean, on the X, though, obviously, not on the OG Xbox, but on the X is looking, well, I mean, granted, it's supposed to look better, but yeah, it shits on it. But it is what it is. You know, you got all that power in the box. You know, what you think was gonna happen. But that's not even the best game. I think Assassin's Creed to me still looks kind of like, I don't know, man. It it just, it's not the, like, it's not Anthem level or what's the other game? Metro level of like super ultra crispness and super graphical, but it does look fucking good. Like it looks really fucking good. And that's probably, I'm gonna definitely get Assassin's Creed day one. I'm gonna get Forza, Super Lucky Tales, and what's the other fucking game? I'm gonna get 4 games. I'm trying to think. I already got Cuphead, so I'm not even thinking about that shit. What's gonna be my 4th game? Because I don't think I'm Star Wars. Probably I get Star Wars, and then I get Star Wars now, and then later I'll wait on, I don't know, fucking some other game. What's the other one? I don't want Call of Duty. I'm just not a fan of Call of Duty like that. But what's the only way I get Call of Duty? Let me rephrase that. The only way I get Call of Duty is if my cousin, you know, talks me into that shit. That's the only way. I mean, he's the one who likes, Call of Duty and shit like that. Because I mean, we both have EA access. If you want to play Call of Duty, you can play fucking Titanfall. That shit feels like Call of Duty enough. You know, I mean, it's like, to me, I'm trying to think, man. I'm trying to think. First game out, I think that shit gonna be Forza. I'm not gonna spend that much time on Forza, but I think it's gonna be Forza. I think the first game I'm gonna play is gonna be Forza. Forza 7. Now, I'm not as big of a motorsports fan as I am Horizon. Like I've said multiple times, Horizon I played the living shit out of. But motorsports, not so much. I mean, y'all can check my achievements on that shit. That shit's not that high. I don't even know what my rank is. I gotta look. Like, I'll binge it for a little bit and then I'll just stop. It's kind of like I played it like I played The Witcher. The Witcher is something I got to get back into. But we'll see. I know they changed a couple of things with motorsports, so we'll see how much more I'll jump into it. I mean, I just like going off road. I think that's what appealed to me about Forza Horizon more than anything. I ain't got to stay on the road. Fuck it. I'm driving through this dude's backyard. Hell yeah. Doing all these crazy jumps. Fuck yeah. Love it. But yeah, that's more of my speed. I mean, I used to always be into like the Project Gotham and the what was the other Test Drive, game, which is pretty much I guess it's more arcade racer than simulator, but still, it's not like Horizon, like you're still a circuit racer. You can't drive through people's backyards and shit like that. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just excited for Forza just because, one, it plays well, and two, it's graphic. Actually, I think I want to drive the trucks more than anything. I think based on the way that a lot of those cars look, especially on the inside with the physics and shit, I might do cockpit view more than I drive on the outside, because like they just made it way more interesting to drive in the inside, especially with you got certain cars that have the nets and it's just moving while you're driving, and it moves with the wind. That shit's hot. But yeah, man, the game looks good. The console's looking good. I can't wait. I made my pre-order, got it. I had to run to like 7 different stores, but I got that bitch. I got it. I was out there running. I was calling up everybody. I was like, all right. First, I called GameSpot. I was like, yo, you got Xbox One X? They was like, nah, we just sold out. I was like, fuck. He was like, oh, we could transfer you to this store over here. I'm like, all right, cool. Wait on. I'm like, yeah, you got Xbox One X? He was like, nah, we just ran out like 2 hours ago. I'm like, fuck. So then I was like, fuck it. Fuck GameSpot. I'm going to call Best Buy. Call Best Buy up. Same shit. I was like, fuck. This is bullshit. Then I called Microsoft store. They said they didn't have it since fucking Sunday. I said, motherfucker. So they ain't have it since Sunday. Best Buy didn't. I mean, GameSpot ran out of their shits on Monday. Best Buy, they said they didn't have their shit since Sunday. And then I called Target, and then the person I was talking to said that shit has been gone since Sunday as well. So I'm like, what the fuck? Walmart, I think I didn't even call Walmart. And the reason being is because I don't want to have to drive a fucking half an hour in order to get my console and then drive back. I was like, no, fuck that. That's just too far. I got to find somewhere else that's closer. So then I called up a GameSpot that wasn't at, it was like my third or fourth GameSpot. And then they were like, yeah, we got it at the mall. I was like, word. So I went to Garden State Mall. It's like, all right, how many you got left? They were like, yeah, we got a few. So I jumped over there, got my pre-order. It's like, yes, fuck yeah, that's what's up. So I will be picking my shit up day one. Hell's fucking yeah. I can't wait, man. I cannot fucking wait. It's just going to be amazing. Granted, I don't know if they're doing a midnight launch because typically the mall is closed. It might be open, maybe, but I don't know. You know what? It might be open because the Windows store is in the mall as well. So the Windows store does a midnight launch and GameSpot does a midnight launch. It should, you know, I'm sure that the mall will make provisions for that shit. You know, usually Windows, they have their launches. They'll do like some crazy shit and blow out and give out t-shirts. You know what? That's what I'll do. I'll go pick up my Xbox from fucking GameSpot, but I will go hang out at the Windows store because they're going to be giving out hella shit. Granted, I tried to get my shit from Windows, but those motherfuckers ran out. So it was like I was fucking shit out of luck. And I still got to get my warranty. So I'm going to buy that shit too. So I'm going to get my console, my 2-year warranty. Because fuck that, paying $500. I want that bitch replaced if anything happens. I don't give a fuck if whatever. Doesn't matter. I want it replaced. So, yeah, man. It was a good week. It was a good week. I watched Gamescom. That shit was whatever. The cool thing about Gamescom was pretty much, to me, Jurassic Park shit. That shit looked dope. Kind of, I don't know if I didn't play Genesis, so to be honest, I like Halo Wars. So if it's anything like that, I think that'd be cool. Plus, I wouldn't mind. I like the concept of what Jurassic World is. You know, the whole like, you know, trying to corral the dinosaurs. I'm like, to me, that's a cool shit to play because I don't have to fucking. You know, I don't got to listen to a story. I could just play it, talk to my friends on Xbox Live, and just fuck around. You know what I mean? Like, I like shit like that. Like, like that is cool to me. Like, don't get me wrong. I like story games, but I just, like, I don't have time for them shits all the time. You know? Like I said earlier, man, I played Shadow of Mordor because I was fucking sick. So I ain't had shit else to do. I was like, fuck it, I'm stuck in the house. Why not? You know, that's how I really got back into playing that game. If it wasn't for me to catch that little bug for like a few days, shit, I would have still never fucking beat that game. Right now, I'm trying to get back into Mad Max. Actually, what the fuck I was at? No. Right now, I'm beating Red Faction. I'm beat that shit first. I just like playing that game. That game is not pretty either. That shit is not a pretty looking game, but I just like playing that shit. This shit's fun. But once I'm done with that game, I'll jump back into Mad Max and, you know, finish that shit and try to see what other games I haven't beaten yet that I need to try to clean up before the X drops. Because actually, shit, next week on Tuesday, the definitive edition of Record comes out. So I'm going to wind up fucking trying to run through that shit, or at least through the end. Hopefully I don't have to start over. I can just finish where the end is and just finish off those last few missions. But yeah, man, I can't wait. Can't fucking wait. Shit is amazing, man. But let's get into some meat and potatoes, man. Last couple of days, yeah, Gamescom went off. Some people had their issues with it because they were anticipating big shit, astronomical shit. And I think people just blew that shit way out of proportion. I think that people are giving Xbox dudes, I mean, as far as the execs, a lot of shit. And I'm not. This is my thought. I was talking to this guy on Twitter, and he was like, "Oh, here you go with the damage control." And I'm like, dude, I don't damage control. You know what I do? I deal with, people that are going through this panic control. Like anytime something happens, Xbox motherfuckers go and panic. I'm like, dude, chill. Take a fucking chill pill. Y'all having aneurysms out this motherfucker. Like, look at a game like first, let's look at the exclusives. All right, people are panicking about the exclusives. Calm the fuck down. All right, those shits will come. People act like Microsoft doesn't want to make exclusives anymore. No, please believe me, that's not true. They know what Xbox is. It is a games division. You can't sell games without fucking games to sell. Okay? You cannot sell games without games to sell, right? As great as Xbox is and Xbox One X is going to be, Microsoft cannot just live off of multiplats, because guess what? Multiplats aren't going to where? At the Windows Store. That shit don't help the Windows Store at all, right? So they got to have games coming in to go there. All right. Other thing, stop panicking about what games go to the Windows Store, because the same people that think about this, Xbox has to make the best looking games, right? For the X, right? We got to have the best looking games. Correct, right? The Windows Store provides us with the best looking games because those games have to run on PC. So even though a Windows 10 version of a game running on a PC is going to look better than the X, right? In theory, that's what it should, right? It should look better than the X. But when the next Xbox comes out, right? Thinking foresight, we're looking into the future. When the next Xbox comes out, not only will we still have that current game that we have, right? That's going to be running on the X. It will get patched again to look even better to the quality that the Windows 10 game was looking. I mean, are you following me? I'm just saying, I'm just looking at where the game is going in the future. You can't bitch about, well, Windows 10 is getting the shit, but you want the game to come to you in the future, and you want your games to look good in the future, but you want to X out Windows 10. You can't have fucking both. Now, I do agree they need to figure out a way in order to kind of organize who gets what as far as Windows 10 exclusive. I think they just need to make that shit a little bit clearer to me personally. Like, I believe if you wanted access to play anywhere as a Xbox gamer, like say certain games are only play anywhere games, meaning say if Halo 5 comes out, right? Now I don't want Halo 5 on PC because I don't want to play against PC players, but say if they fixed it and you don't play PC, whatever the fuck, right? I would like it to be, all right, it's a play anywhere title, right? And then you're only playing against people on controller for Xbox, but you have to have access. You have to actually pay for Xbox Live in order to have that game accessible to you as a play anywhere title. To me, that makes a lot of sense. You're because play anywhere is a feature, right? And is really a feature for Xbox gamers. So to me, play anywhere title should be stuck behind the Xbox Live, subscription, like the actual purchase subscription. You shouldn't just get that shit just because you open a Windows 10 account. I mean, maybe they could figure out a better way to do it. I'm just saying that's just my thoughts on it. I didn't go in great detail and start marking up ideas like, oh, this will work and that won't work. No. I'm just throwing some shit out there. They can refine it in the future, obviously, but a little whatever, right? But these are just my thoughts on it. But I think people need to stop panicking now. Real quick, Age of Empire. You know, big IP, right? Big shit, big shit. But it's not coming to Xbox, and people wanted to flip out about it. Oh, you know, ponies were like, "Oh, you're not getting this game on your console." Ha ha ha. Xbox guys are panicking. No, we're not getting Age of Empires. What the fuck? Oh my god. Mind you, most of these motherfuckers never even played an Age of Empire game, nor were they planning to play Age of Empire game. It was just the principles of the fact. All right. Let's think logically. All right. That's, you know I'm crazy, but I can't. When I'm the one that's the voice of reason, the shit has gone too far. I like being the crazy one, throwing the out the box shit, but motherfuckers are jumping out the window on some wild shit. I'm just saying. This is the thing. Age of Empire is a PC-centric game, right? So with that being said, Windows 10 has yet to have a smooth release. Gears of War had its issues. Forza had its issues. Killer Instinct had its issues, right? These are the main three games that are Xbox games that went to PC. I don't count Voodoo Vince because Voodoo Vince isn't a multiplayer game. I don't count, well, actually Phantom Dust was fairly smooth, but that's a niche crowd. You're only talking about 1 million people that actually even played and downloaded the game, right? So it's not that many, right? You're gonna have more people that play Gears or Forza or Killer Instinct, right? But you can't jump out the window. That game has to work on PC first before they even worry about that shit coming to Xbox, because it is a PC game. Because let's do a role reversal. Imagine if Gears of War came out to PC and Xbox, right? Just like it did, but the Xbox version had fucking issues and the PC version did not. Motherfuckers would lose their minds and they would be upset as hell at the PC version of the game because they'd be like, the shit doesn't work because you motherfuckers tried to put this shit on Windows 10 and you should have been focusing on how to make it work on console first. And that's the thing. Age of Empire is older than Xbox itself. All right? Remember, Age of Empire is 20 years old. Xbox is 15. You can't fuck up a game that old, man, especially with the PC fan base that you have there. Like, people are all clamoring about, Xbox didn't, make this for PC. You got to understand, if you watch Gamescom, you would have realized Xbox isn't the one that started doing the definitive edition of Age of Empires. It was actually PC gamers that are modders that were modifying the game over time that Microsoft met with, and while they were modding, they decided to become a studio. Then Microsoft met with them and then said, okay, we will fund your efforts. And then, while you're doing, since you're going to do the Age of Empire 1, why not do Age of Empire 2, Age of Empire 3, and we'll also work together on Age of Empire 4. That's all it is. It is a PC-focused game, all right? These are PC gamers. So the controller is not high priority. That doesn't mean the game will never, ever come to Xbox. No. At some point, the game probably will come to Xbox. It's in the library, so it makes sense. But right now, they're just trying to make sure that shit works flawlessly on PC first. Because those are the motherfuckers that are going to buy that game, right? Like, if Gears of War is fucking up and it's not working, who the fuck gives a fuck if it's working well on PC? Motherfuckers ain't buying it there. It needs to work on console first. If it's not working on console, then you got a motherfucking problem. And that's what Microsoft is focusing on. They focusing on that PC shit for that particular game because it's a PC-related game. But you can't look at that game and say that Microsoft giving PC everything and we ain't getting shit. We just got fucking PUBG. We got the Cullen. We got motherfucking the Ark. We got motherfucking We Happy Few. We're getting all these PC-centric games that we typically wouldn't get. Because anybody who play Ark can tell you that shit don't feel like a typical console game. Neither does fucking, what's that other game that just came out? Conan Exiles. That doesn't feel like a typical console game. Yeah, they made it, like, you know, accessible for console, but it don't feel like a typical console game. And the thing is, it's easier to port games to PC than it is to port games to console, because console has controller. And even though you can have a game that's modified for controller and play on PC, PC gamers will just have to play on controller, or they can play on keyboard. Keyboard might suck, right? They'll be like, oh, the keyboard version sucks. I'll just have to play on controller. But they're used to that shit. A PC gamer is used to fucking dealing with the bullshit more so than a console gamer. If Age of Empires, they did a port of that shit and put it on console, and it was fucking trash on controller, there would be hell to pay. Even if there wasn't a large majority of people that were you know, playing that game, this still would be hell to pay. You can't put, like, console, there's a very strict standard. You know, as much as we complain about patches and shit like that, and be like, oh man, games come out broken. They come out broken to the extent, but they don't come out PC broken. Let's not get that shit fucked up. That shit is very different. They might come out console version broken, but they don't come out PC version broken. That's a whole new level of brokenness right there. But we got to just calm down, man. Sometimes it's good to just sit back, look, pay attention, see what's really happening. You know, a lot of people complaining about the fact that, you know, we don't have a lot of exclusives. Well, there's a thing called a cycle. All games have cycles, right? And it's important that people really understand and focus on that, because you got to understand how games work. You got your conceptualization, you have your art, and you have your coding, right? Conceptualization is all about what's the game going to be about, you know, what's the art style we're going to go with, how's it going to play, what's the game about, right? That's what the conceptualization is. Then you have just the art. You know, you're going to be creating text, models, you know, user interface, you know, shit like that. How's the game going to run in the player's hands? And then you got the coding, you know, determining the coding is all about determining how the game plays and how the interactions work. You know, those three things. So when a game is being made, remember, the big part in the beginning is the conceptualization. You got to make sure that what this game is about is even worth making. And that's when people like, oh, Uncharted took 10 people and they started on Uncharted, The Last of Us. And, you know, anybody could do that. When they're talking about those 10 people, that's conceptualization. They're not fucking doing no assets. They're not doing no coding. They're not doing none of that shit. They're just trying to determine what's the game about and how is it going to play. You know, they do their art boards, you know, as far as like, you know, I don't know how familiar people are with movies, but it's pretty much runs on the same thing. Like the conceptualization is almost the same process of movie. Actually, video games and movies kind of run along the same lines. You know, the difference is you don't really deal with coding, and so you still have your conceptualization, and instead of necessarily art, it's more like art direction. Like, how are you going to film? You know, what is the style? You know, shit like that. So, I mean, with those cycles, looking at Assassin's Creed was what took 4 years to make, and a lot of times for that first year, maybe 6 months to a year, you're talking about the conceptualization portion, right? Making sure that the game that you're making makes sense and it's working, right? That's a big part. You know, once you get that off the ground, then you get into the artwork. All right, you're putting it together. You got you're building assets. Now, mind you, it's not like I think sometimes people think, all right, once you're done with conceptualizing, you're just done. No. It doesn't work that way. They almost all work together at the same time, right? You start the concept first, but that doesn't mean that you end it before the game ends. I mean, not typically, right? It ends a little bit before, right? Because you got to have some direction to, all right, this is where the ending is going to go, and then our designers are going to design it to run that way. Sure, but always just follow that way. And sometimes things change, and things that you thought were working don't work the way you wanted to. And one of the biggest things is coding. You have, like, a lot of times people have concepts of like, oh, this is what I'm gonna do, it's gonna be awesome, I can't wait, yes, it's gonna be amazing. And then when it comes to actually implementing it, it is a pain in the ass, and you're like, fuck. Like, look at this. A lot of people, I mean, I'm gonna say, yeah, I would say that a lot of people don't know that Jaws wasn't written to be directed the way it was. What happened was Steven Spielberg didn't get all the resources he wanted for that movie, so he did the best he could with what he had. Right? He wanted a lot more visibility of the shark. He couldn't get it. So what he did was a lot more jump scares in the little moment. What he tried to do is do high impact moments of the times he did have the shark available to him. Because a lot of times the shark didn't fucking work. They built this motherfucker and he wasn't fucking operating the way they wanted to. Right? So what they did was they tried to work around that shit. And it became a motherfucking masterpiece. And sometimes that's the coolest shit in itself. It's like building something that looks amazing from something small, that came from a mistake that an error that you basically had, but you tried to do a workaround because you couldn't fix it, and you had to figure something out. Now, video games, it's not quite like movies, because a film you're just watching, a game you are playing, and nowadays people look at all aspects of the game, and anything missing, they will notice. So unless you're making like one of those walking simulators where it's going to be all graphics and just a bunch of reading, maybe you can get away with that shit. But for most games, not so much, man. It's not that easy. But yeah, I mean, the cycle that we have for game building isn't easy, man. You're talking about 4 years to make a game like Assassin's Creed, right? Now, could Halo make a game, or could 343 make a game, or Gears make a game like Uncharted? Sure. But the problem is to get the quick turnaround that you get, well, I mean, not like Uncharted, but like Naughty Dog, how they do Uncharted and The Last of Us. But the problem is Uncharted is very similar to The Last of Us with their art style, right? So the thing is, unless Halo is going to make another space type shooter with very similar elements, it's going to be harder for them to have the fast turnaround of a Naughty Dog, right? Look at Naughty Dog's recent game, The Lost Legacy. It's basically Uncharted again, right? They didn't really do much more. This is no different than what Bungie did with Halo 3 ODST, right? They had a quick turnaround on that. I think it came out like the following year because they used the same assets. Yeah, they changed a few of the characters here and there, but nothing big. The world itself was already built. So there was nothing that they really had to do that, from scratch as far as building a world, right? So it was just easier to create a game a lot faster. But if you're asking, 343 or Coalition to build a completely different game, that's going to take a lot of fucking time. That's not going to be it's going to happen every 4 years. That shit ain't happening. You're talking at least 5-6 years because you're telling them to build something different. Like the Coalition to build Shanghai Heights or whatever. That means Gears is not going to be on the table for a while because that world is unless And I just don't see it happening unless Shanghai Heights looks very similar to Gears, which I doubt, because Gears is like a fucking broke down, its environments are all, rubble basically, from years of war, versus you're gonna build a vibrant city with buildings and shit like that. That shit is gonna take a lot more time, you know. That's why I feel that, people saying that Halo needs to work on a new game. It depends on, I think people are concerned about people's other gamers saying 343 and Coalition need to work on other games. It's like, it depends on what do you mean? You mean the main team stop making Halo and stop making Gears and then make something else? I don't think so. To me personally, I feel if anybody wants to work on another game, Microsoft should have provisions set up for them to be able to work on another game, whether it's within one of their other studios, whether building a new studio or building a subdivision of maybe a 343 or Coalition. To me, that's fine. I don't have a problem with Coalition having a subdivision, but we need to stop the whole comparing fucking 343 and Coalition to Naughty Dog, because one, they don't build similar games. They don't. Halo has a multiplayer aspect that is untouched by Naughty Dog, and the same thing goes for Gears, right? Like, they have maps that they constantly build. They have assets that multiplayer that they're constantly adjusting and tweaking and trying to make sure. Like, Naughty Dog doesn't have to do any of that. Their focus isn't on multiplayer. They just brought out another single player game. It has a multiplayer mode, but nobody's really playing, and nobody has any expectations for Naughty Dog's multiplayer. That's not their bread and butter. All right. Microsoft has the unfortunate, a problem where their games are loved for both their story and their multiplayer. Fortunately for Naughty Dog, their multiplayer is not loved the same way that it is, for Microsoft games. It's just not. It's not on the same level. Yes, people liked The Last of Us multiplayer. Yes, people liked Uncharted 2's multiplayer, but at the same time, it's not on the same level as the Gears. It's not on the same level as a freaking Halo. It's just not. Right? So this idea that they're the same and, once they can all do the same thing. No. I mean, you got half the fucking 343 team just working on multiplayer alone. The other team goes back to the drawing board and works on Halo. Like, it's not like people think like people at 343, like they just finished. I'm like, oh shit, Halo shipped. All right, great, good job, team. And then you just go on vacation for like the next 2 years. No, that shit doesn't happen. Like, they go back to work. The team that fucking writes the stories, the team that works on the fucking single player, they go back to working on the next concept, designing new weapons, new vehicles for the next campaign that they're going to work on, right? And the team that's working on multiplayer stay on multiplayer until the first team is done with their concepts for what they're going to do as far as the new vehicles, and then that shit's going to go get re-implemented into the new Halo with the team, because they'll probably jump off of Halo 5 probably a year before they're going to launch in Halo 6, because they're always updating that shit. They're always updating. They'll slowly wean people off. Like, there's never going to be like nobody on Halo 5 until Halo 6 is ready to kind of like undo their announcements and then let it rip. So like, I think people need to stop looking at these two like, oh, this is a studio, they're a studio, they can do the same thing. No, they're not the same thing. They don't. Uncharted's not even a fucking $1 billion studio. They're not doing the same thing. Like, let's get this shit out of our head that this shit is the same. It's not. It's not even fucking close. All right. You know, Uncharted looks great, and it always gets its acclaim, right? But it's only doing one thing. You know, it is what it is. So, but yeah, man, I think people need to just calm down, stop with the doom and gloom. I mean, shit, Microsoft just gave y'all fucking PUBG for the fucking holiday. I mean, that means you got all the shooters you could fucking want. You got Call of Duty, you got Star Wars Battlefront, you have PUBG. What was the other fucking shoot? There was some other shit that comes out. There was some other shit. I can't remember. But you got all that shit, right? And then on top of it, you dodged the bullet that was fucking Lawbreakers. Shit, we could have ended up with Lawbreakers instead of fucking PUBG. Now that shit would have fucking sucked. That shit would have fucking. Could you imagine how mad Xbox gamers would be if we had fucking Lawbreakers instead of PUBG? Could you imagine? Like, think about this. Sony's already getting all the fucking marketing rights to all everything, right? They're the media darlings. Yeah, whatever. Then PUBG comes out, you know, and mind you, the narrative would have switched. You know, we have Cliff Belinsky, right, come out, say, oh, I'm re-partnering up with Microsoft because, you know, instead of saying that PlayStation has 60 million users and all that, he'd be like, we just have a friendship and a bond with Microsoft, and, you know, we just really love working together. So we're going to make our next our next game, Lawbreakers, and exclusive to Xbox. Yes. And then PlayStation gamers like, what? You don't like 60 million gamers? What? You don't want to make money? He'd be like, oh, well, you know, I only could be able. We were a small studio, and we only could work on one game, whatever, right? Then he calls them ball bags or whatever the fuck on PlayStation side. They go crazy. Oh, he calls them ball bags. What the fuck? Media, instead of saying nothing, would be like, Cliff Belinsky's a fucking retard. You know, they would have said all kinds of shit, right? So anyway, Lawbreakers comes out, and it doesn't sell well. Now, granted, it might sell better on fucking Xbox, but still it doesn't sell well for whatever, right? So you're talking about maybe 10,000 people are playing that shit concurrently, right? After launch. PC gamers fell off. They fucking fell asleep while playing this shit. It's bad. It's fucking horrible. And all of a sudden, PlayStation Nation gets PUBG, the biggest game, 8 million fucking users, however many fucking concurrent users. You know how fucking salty Xbox they would have felt like somebody gave them a bag of shit for Christmas. They'd be like, I thought we were getting an amazing gift. I opened it up. You gave us a bag of shit, and you fucking laughed at us like old dude on fucking in The Simpsons. I forget what that little kid's name is. That's the bully in Simpsons. But just laughing at us. Just fucking salty. Like, yeah, man, it would suck. So, hey, how about we, you know, be happy? We did get some wins, all right? Let's stop acting like we ain't get shit for Christmas. Like we just got like a bunch of coal. Like we got some shit, man. You know, you got an Xbox X available to you. You got multiple games coming. You got Cuphead. You got fucking Forza. You got what's that other game? You got Assassin's Creed. You got Shadow of Mordor. You got The Evil Within. You have they got a lot of games. They got Far Cry. I think comes out this. Damn, Far Cry comes out. Yeah, it's mad shit, man. You got mad shit. Super Lucky Tales, if you want to play a platformer, you know, you got shit to play. Plus backlog of games that you may have never played that are going to look even better on the X. Now, if you're not going to get the X, then you could just play, you know, the backlog of games on Game Pass with the S. If you're a PlayStation gamer or somebody who doesn't, you know, have an Xbox, right? So there are tons of games to play if that's what you want to do. So let's stop with the doom and gloom, because you got to remember, this is exactly what the PlayStation gamers were dealing with last holiday. Remember? They ain't had no games. They had the last fucking Guardian. That was it. What you call it just flopped. The what's that game called? No Man's Sky. That shit bombed horribly. I mean, people bought it initially because it was built up so much freaking hype, and that shit was fucking garbage. It was straight broken, and it tanked. Then people gravitated to The Last Guardian, and then that was pretty much it. After that, people just was like, "Fuck it, we'll just do the multiplats." Battlefield 1 was huge, and freaking what else came out last year? It was Battlefield, fuck, not Assassin's Creed, Watch Dogs, Mafia 3. I'm trying to remember what else fuck came out. I can't remember so many goddamn games. I only play it, and Call of Duty obviously comes out every year, and the other sports titles. So there's a lot to shit. There's a lot of shit to play. Wolfenstein, yes, Lady Foxfire. Wolfenstein comes out too. Shit, it's a lot of shit to play. I knew there was another shooter. I couldn't remember what the fuck it was. Wolfenstein. But there's a lot of shit to play, you know? And people acting like Xbox has no games. Dude, if Xbox has no games for you, you must have all the fucking time in the world. I swear to God you do. That means that you don't go to work. You don't fucking have a wife, no kids, no life. Xbox is it for you. You don't do shit but Xbox. You wake up, turn Xbox on, play Xbox all day, maybe eat something in between for around the lunch hour, fucking go back to playing Xbox. Like, that's the only way Xbox has no games. If you just live on Xbox and the outside world does not even exist to you. And that's very fucking hard to do. I mean, that means that Xbox is beyond a full-time job. That is an obsession. And even when I wasn't married, you know, and I used to play Xbox 8 hours a day, pretty much from Monday to fucking Thursday, because, well, Sunday to Thursday, because usually Sunday, I usually typically will go out on Fridays, hang out with the fellas. We go get drunk and do it again on Saturday, and then fucking Sunday, or we go chill, rest up for work on Monday. You know, that's basically what I did. Right. So you're talking about like from Sunday to Thursday. That's 5 days of me just fucking playing video games. Right. 40 hours a week. That's a fucking job. And even as my fucking part-time job of playing Xbox, I still didn't play everything. I still didn't have enough time to play everything. It's just not fucking possible. All right? So I think people need to just like, yo, like chill. And I would love to see the fucking gamer score of these motherfuckers that say Xbox has no games. I would love to see it. Because I bet you that most of these people saying Xbox has no games, Xbox has no games, don't even have fucking over 20,000 on their gamer score. I swear to God they don't. Like, what the fuck do you play? I'm not saying that you have to have a high gamer score in order to be a gamer. No. But if you're claiming that Xbox has no games, that means that you play a shit ton of games. And that means that you're not only playing Madden, you're not only playing fucking COD or Live or some shit like that. That means you're playing a plethora of games. And when you play games like that, that means you're going to rack up a heavy gamer score. There's no fucking way around it, right? Just for beating mild shit for most games, not all, you get a gamer score. So anybody that's saying Xbox has no games better have the proof that they're playing games and they're basically out. Like, look, I ain't got no. Like, listen, when I say there's not much left for me to do on Forza, motherfuckers go check my shit right now. You can see the work I put in that motherfucker. I don't hide my shit. It's open, right? I don't give a fuck if you look at it or not. There's some games I play, there's some games I don't. There's some games I put 5 minutes in, depending on what it is. But the shit I do play, I play like a motherfucker. Right? You could check my days, you could check my time. And this is on somebody who only gets about 4 hours a day now, if that. You know, got wife, gotta watch, you know, TV with her and then make sure she's good. You know, you gotta do your husbandly duties. You know, when she's like, yo, I need some special time. I can't just be like, nah, I gotta finish this board, boo. Like, look at me like, you, what the fuck? What's wrong with you? I can't be on some weirdo shit like these motherfuckers over here, still crying about that goddamn persona and shit. Motherfuckers be like, I will abstain from sex because Livewire talked about persona until he gives a full apology. I am not going to have sex. I'm like, motherfucker, use a goddamn lie. Because you know why? You know why? You motherfuckers wasn't having sex anyway. You're going to abstain from something you wasn't doing no how. Fuck out of here. Motherfuckers still harass me about that shit. I needed you to write me a personal letter. Send it to my house. Here's my address. Motherfucker, I don't want to talk to you. Why the fuck you keep on writing me? I thought you hated me. Why the fuck are you still tweeting me? Well, I'm tweeting you because I need you to apologize to me personally because you hurt my feelings. And I cried at night for 3 days straight. And then my other persona friend came over, rubbed my back, and I felt better. But I'm still, ooh, I am peeved at you, sir. I'm like, oh shit. Like I get that shit all the time, man. This shit is crazy, yo. Shit is crazy. I'm like, yo, that shit is wild, man. That has me like sometimes sitting back like, man, shit. Should I say shit? Because motherfuckers just, yo, anything I say, people get super sensitive about. Like, you know, like it's not that serious. Like it's jokes, people. It's jokes. Like I don't get it. I mean, people have talked about Xbox bad. They've even called Xbox gamers X-fags and all that shit. You know, said you're fucking part of a cult. Said they're all kinds of shit. But I'm never turned around and fucking argue with a motherfucker for days on end. Like, why would you say this about Xbox gamers? You truly hurt my feelings. Do you understand the time and the years I put into Xbox for you to say these hurtful things? I'm like, motherfucker, I don't care. I'm an adult. This shit don't bother me. I'm not 5 where you can tell me my sneakers look whack and I'll go and cry in the corner. Fuck out of here. I'm like, yo, this shit is the most petty shit ever. I'm like, oh, you're down, you know, talking about a fan base. Fuck that. Fuck them. If you're that goddamn sensitive, you need to get a fucking life. If what somebody says on the internet that you don't even fucking know bothers you that motherfucking much, you need to go check yourself. That shit is a problem. I don't live my life worrying about what motherfuckers think about me. If that was the case, I would never get shit done. If I worried about what motherfuckers thought about me all day, all night, oh my God, bro. I would literally sit in a fucking corner in the fetal position and cry myself to sleep. If I was the type of motherfucker that worried about somebody about what I, you know, about how they feel about me. I don't give a fuck, bro. I know who I am. Like, and this is how I feel in person too. See, the thing is this is who I am. I mean, yeah, being loud and brash a little bit is it's kind of extra, but it's really not. Like the way I talk, right now, cussing, talking about pussies and all that wild shit. Motherfucker, this is how I talk at home. I mean, granted, I won't talk around like this around my kids, but when I'm with just me and my wife, this is how I talk. Straight up. You can ask K-Mega. There's been times that you can even ask Bone. He in the chat. There's been times I've been on Xbox Live talking wild shit. My wife sitting in the room. She's just like, there you go again. Going off on something. I usually blame K-Mega for some shit that happened. You know, she'd be like, oh, you ain't do this. I'd be like, oh, blame K-Mega. Be on some wild shit. That's who I am. I don't be malicious about it. Look, man, y'all, some of y'all gotta not be sensitive. Look, listen, man. In real life, I've done way more shit than this persona shit, bro. I mean, I've been to parties. Let me tell you, I've said some wild shit. I've been to a party. This girl took me, well, she didn't take me to, but I went there with my homie. And I got a little saucy, and this girl that was crushing on me, you know, just wanted to ask me to dance, right? I'm drunk. The filter's a little bit off. You know, so she's like, yo, you want to dance? And I'm just like, just out of nowhere, I'm just like, yo, I'm not that drunk yet. And then just walked off. And my boys was like, damn, this nigga cold-blooded shit. But that's who the fuck I am. I don't mean, and I didn't say it in some mean way. Like I was trying to fucking hurt her feelings. It was just what I was thinking in my head. Fucking just came out my mouth, yo. And that's who live is, man. I just give you what you wanted, unadulterated, unfiltered, right? That's what y'all want to hear. Y'all don't want to hear the bullshit. You want to hear the real. So that's what I fucking give. Now, if you're pussy built, I don't know what you want from me. I ain't built that way. Bro, I'm from Plainfield, New Jersey. We ain't built that way. All right. So, I mean, I don't know where some of y'all grew up. That is the super sensitive persona fans. But I ain't grow up in a town where motherfuckers gave out trophies for fucking just participating. To get my trophy for fucking basketball, I had to hit 50 fucking jump shots in I forget what grade that shit was. I think it was 2nd grade, and then 100 when I went to fucking the 5th. You know, when you do, like, you see what I'm saying? Like, you gotta be able to do, like, you gotta earn your way. Like, I'm not fucking apologizing to a fucking bunch of squares. Like, to me, this is my whole thing, man. This is the real shit right here. I'm gonna teach you a motherfucking lesson. You can't make somebody do something they don't want to do. And you can't make somebody think some way they don't want to think. No matter how much you cry, you bitch, you moan. Right? Now, I'm not going to be malicious about nothing. I don't throw my attacks. But, I mean, look, man. The people that are still on that shit, you need to either get over it or continue to get fucking roasted. You can continue to get fucking roasted because y'all motherfuckers ain't built like this. I will fucking go at you all day and not give a fuck. You could talk about me till you're fucking blue in the face and I still will fucking smash you in the head with a fucking hammer. I don't care. Like, that's the way that I am. Like, people think like look, that's the way I wire. Hence the word live wire, man. That's just the way I am. Like, you can't fucking change me. I'm too old for that shit. I'm not gonna change. And if you think I'm bad, ask Bone. My brother is worse. I'm not even that bad. Y'all would, if you don't like me, you would hate him. I would swear to God you would. Because at least I have some restraint. He will fucking, he give less of fuck than I do. But yeah, man, like, look, man, it's about video games. If y'all don't like, look, this is my biggest thing. If y'all don't like somebody's channel, y'all don't want to hear what the fuck they got to say, don't watch the shit. That's what I do. I don't watch PlayStation dudes because one, I don't understand none of the shit they talking about. They start talking about Persona, I don't understand nothing. They might as well be talking in fucking Klingon or some shit. Because I don't understand none of that shit. Like that shit doesn't appeal to me at all. They talk about Dragon Quest builders. The fuck like I would ever. The fuck like I would ever fucking play a game like that. Like motherfuckers try to talk about like you would play Super Lucky Tales, but you wouldn't. You're damn right I play Super Lucky Tales because it's fucking like Mario. It's fucking like Crash Bandicoot. Some simple shit I don't have to think about. I put on fucking music and I just play the little board and jump around and shit. You know, it's one of those mindless games. I don't have to really think about shit. I don't have to listen to the story and get all. I don't have to do none of that shit. That's fine. But Dragon, I just can't. I just never was the type of person to really get into those games. Not saying that those games are shit. I'm just saying I can't. It's just I can't get into it. But yeah, man, I think people need to relax. I think y'all need to chill. Laugh a little. Jesus. Motherfucker's so uptight. He talked about my video game. You went too far. Like, chill out. I think if you learn to just live a little, you would be all right. You know? Shit, y'all need to have y'all priorities straight at least a little bit. I'm just saying. Just a little bit, man. Like Xbox dudes, look, man, we all like the thing. We ready for Xbox. We that's what we worried about. Worry about this X. This shit's gonna make hella bread. I'm telling you. So aside from it selling, yo, the game, the console itself is going to get a lot of people to rebuy shit. A lot of games that we either bought and then got rid of, you know, just because they have enhancements. I'm telling you, the shit is going to be crazy. It's going to be an awesome time, man. I can't wait. I cannot wait. But I'm going to jump in here and do some shout outs before I dip out of here. There's a lot of people in here. Hold up. I don't want to miss anybody that came early. All right, so we got Mike Smith up in here. The pedals are mad. Let them play Persona. I'm sorry. Mike Smith, you are correct. I know they are still mad at me, but it is what it is. I am sorry to the Persona fans. I do not believe that you are all pedos. That is my sincere apologies, sirs. My sincere apologies for hurting your feelings. Livewire channel is a safe zone, safe space, safe space. Okay, next one. Damien. Hey, what's up? Not much, man. In here chilling, kicking it. The only D3. This guy is a DSP of Xbox. I don't know what the fuck that means, but okay, I'll look it up later. Mitch Mustang, old ass games. Where the new fight? Where the food? Hey, what up, boo? You feeling all right? Decent. You got your fruit. Okay. I'm just talking shit. Talking shit over here. Getting at some weirdos over here. Some weird ass motherfuckers over here. I'm about to jump off here in a little bit. Let's see who else up in here. Oh yeah, Mitch, you saying talking about fight night? Yeah, I want that fight night too, man. I just don't. You know, boxing. I don't know what they're doing. They got to get some agreement going with EA. Del Clay, everyone is bending the knee. Yes, they will. They will bend that knee to Xbox. They out here, they crying. And Furious One, Sony repackaging backwards compatibility, calling it streaming and remastered and selling it to the stupid pony boys that can't even change their names. Pathetic. Damn, son. Just went in on him. Shit. I like it. Let's see who else is up here. DJ, oh my man, DJ Satan, what's going on, man? He's up. He's still up. Well, I don't even know what time it is over there. I know it's got to be late because it's what is it 6 here? So what is it like? I don't know what the times difference is. What is it 2, 1? Man, look at your fine ass walking around. Why are you walking like that? Are you practicing? Huh? All right. You about to do your yoga? Okay. Oh, I got you some grapes in there. You can go get those. Some grapes, watermelon, and apples. Let's see what else is up in here. Who's next? What's going on, man? I see. I see you on X. I forget what you were playing on Xbox Live the other day. There's some shit I can't remember. Other Zinc, yeah, live. I have 3 Project Scorpio versions on Jesus for my kids. He's like one for. It says so for my kids. One for the Microsoft Store. Okay, you got 1 for your kids and you got 2 for yourself. Jeez, that's crazy, man. You adopted? Trying to be one of your kids, and you get them their own freaking Xbox Scorpio. Jeez. Like, what up, Pop? Can I get me a Xbox Scorpio too? I don't know if you could adopt a 36-year-old, but I'll take it. Marky Gamescast, what's going on, man? He was like, Jurassic Park looks like a great city builder. I'm excited for it, no doubt. Yo, telling you, there's certain genres. I mean, you know, movies and games I'm a fan of. Aliens, Jurassic Park, you know, Marvel. Even though there's Marvel versus Capcom, I'm just not into. I don't know what it is about the game. I just don't care. I want to. I just don't. Yo, this is a sad day for Marvel versus Capcom because I am way more interested in Dragon Ball Z fighters than I am in freaking Marvel versus Capcom. And that's bad because I barely know shit about Dragon Ball Z. I haven't watched that show for years, but the game looks way better, like way more appealing than fucking Marvel versus Capcom. It's just bad, man. Safe, what's going on? It says, yo, bro, great video. I just asked my mom and dad, just pre-ordered personally. He said, haha, laugh out loud. Made my Xbox One X and they pre-ordered personally for me. That's what's up. You got nice parents, man. Because I'm going to be honest. My kid asked me for an Xbox One X. I'd be looking at him like, you got a motherfucking job? Xbox, all right. You know what? You want an X? All right, this is what we're going to do. You're going to have to do your chores, and I'll pay half. You know, I don't know how much I would. I'm trying to think. How much would I give my kid for their allowance? Maybe depending on their age. I'll do it by age. So once they started, I'll probably do $10, and then as they get older, and I'm going to do allowance past the age of working. Like once you're old enough to work, you ain't getting no damn allowance. Take your ass to work. You only get allowance if you're underage. That's the only way you're getting it. Anyway, Lady Foxfire, what's going on? Seen it earlier. Let's see. I know she dipped out. Who else is in there? My Kurd only ranked the truth. So you got Pro Granite exclusives or okay. Wait. Exclusives are the only thing they can talk about right now. So they use it and the comparisons are starting to come out and people can see the difference. Yeah, it's just bad, bro. Like it's just bad. Like we knew it was going to be different, but when Digital Foundry said that it's a noticeable difference between Quantum Break, like they said it was noticeable. And they said it was noticeable and then still said it might be 1080p, but they said it still was noticeable. That's fucking bad. That's fucking bad. That means that shit is like way more powerful than we thought, yo. And that also means that Quantum Break is way more fucking demanding than we thought. Like, god damn. That shit is like, you talking about native 1080p, but still they got all the bells and whistles, 4K and all that bullshit. Damn, what the fuck they put in that game? All right, let's see. Who else is up in here? Let me see. Halo Storm, what's going on? Age of Empires is a legendary franchise. I understand that why they made it exclusive to Windows Store, but it still should come to Xbox. Yep, I agree. I understand why it's going to Windows Store first, and they're probably not going to say it's going to Xbox until they can determine that it will work. Like, guys, you know, they know it'll work on PC. It's already proven to work on PC. The guys who are working on it built it specifically for PC. Microsoft has to just make sure that based on what they built, it could be ported to Xbox and function the way it's supposed to. Because if it's not going to work, it doesn't make sense to kind of taint the game by just porting over a broken version of the game. You don't want that. Cypher Man, what's going on? I posted that video in Zaire's Bang Bang. About the, yeah, man. Yeah, the difference is for the Digital Foundry thing is big, man. Those dudes, they don't want no parts of that shit. That shit is gonna be interesting to see what they talk about on multiplayer podcast, especially after they came out with the Digital Foundry shit. I mean, but the thing is, I don't think Porterock and whoever else is going to refute it. He always said that the Xbox version is going to be better. Like, I don't think that's the issue. But the thing they do need to talk about is they're always talking about, like, well, what if they drop the price of the Pro? My thing is, it's not going to matter. The Pro is so dog shit that dropping the price $150 is not going to affect the Xbox One X because the Slim is so close to it. But the Slim is so close to it that it's not going to matter, right? So, I mean, to me, if you have an option between a Pro, a Slim, and an Xbox One X, it depends on what your fucking wallet says, right? If you got the money for the X, get it. If you don't have the money for the X, right, it doesn't make sense to buy the Pro. You're not getting anything for it. You might as well just go with the Slim and get more games. I mean, just like, if you can't afford the X, you know, and you might as well go for the Slim. Why not? I mean, because you're not getting anything more with the Pro. You're just going to be spending more money for the same shit. All right, let's see. Kayoshi, boy spitting truth. Yeah, man, I be trying to do that, man. Chris, these are incoming haters on Xbox in 3, 2, 1. Boops. It's too late. They are here. Paid trolls love to hate on Xbox. Yeah, man. Oh, damn. Control jellyfish. What you get? I don't. Okay. I don't know what that means. That must be in response to something else. Who's Catsy? What's up, Persona haters? Okay. I don't think anybody really worries about Persona, but okay. The Rohan. What's Bone? My dude. Actually, I think we got DirectX tonight, so I'll be on there tonight. If the fellas are still, I'm pretty sure we're doing it. Brandon, PUBG for PlayStation, yeah, not gonna happen. I doubt that shit happens. If it does, it's not gonna be for a good ass minute. Let's see. Stomach's Future, what's going on? Let me see who else is up in here. We got Great Takes. He's laughing at some shit. Who the fuck says some quiet, crazy shit over here? Oh, that's a Halo Storm. He says, you know, you don't see Xbox guys constantly bashing graphics of Persona 5 like how the PlayStation fans do Crackdown. That be the truth. The whole truth. So, oh wait, hold up. We got Gauntlet up in here. See, Persona has the great art style to overcome its graphical limitations. Crackdown, not so much. It just has an anime art style. I mean, it's anime. I don't know. It depends. I don't know. We have to see what they do next. You know, they said they're going back to the drawing board, so let's see what happens. It's hard for me to say. We'll just have to see. You know, it's not that before you know it, there will be Crackdown releasing. Shit, it was before. We only got 2 months away from Xbox. I mean, shit. So right around the corner. Let's see. All right, man. But it's that time. I gotta get off. Oh man, it was great talking to y'all. Long week, but I'll see y'all later. Check me out on fucking the DirectX podcast with Bone and the rest of the crew. J Long, Heatbot. Who else is up in there? I think Ghost might be in there. And the whole crew, man. The whole crew. But yeah, man. Oh man, it was a great time. But I'll highlight you. So this is your boy Livewire, and I'm out. Baby. Peace.